How is your week going? You know, how are you and how is your week going? Yes. So we are about to start this session. I am just trying to make sure that yes, we are good to go. Um, yes. Okay. I forgot what we are supposed to do before we come online. So, but here we are. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. So, my name is Grace Nzula, and it is amazing to see you tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. We are excited about the conversation we are about to have. My name is Grace Nzula. I'm a HR consultant with Atara Solutions. Atara Solutions is a HR consulting and training company. We offer four services. We offer HR manager outsourced. We offer HR consultancy. We offer learning and development, that is coaching and team building. And then we offer recruitment and selection. We are really happy to host you tonight. If you're joining us for the first time or you have not been here for a while, you are tuned in to Get It Right with the Tara Solutions. Get It Right with the Tara Solutions is a webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in employment and entrepreneurship. We are here every Tuesday from 8 o'clock to about 9:15 o'clock. And we are on probably, I don't know what number anymore, but we have done this since COVID, or rather 2020. And we are still here and looking forward to creating more impact and working together more and just making sure that we are impacting one another and learning from one another as well. And it is such an honor to always have you every Tuesday for those of you who tune in. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, like I said, we are here. You can find our recordings on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is Get It Right with Atara Solutions. Get It Right with Atara Solutions. Please subscribe. All right, allow me to give a shout out to our partners. We have Nile Front Cottages. Nile Front Cottages are cottages located in Jinja, in Jinja, Uganda. Gosh, I was about to say Kampala. Jinja is 2 hours from Busia border and about 1.5 hours from Kampala. Please visit Nile Front Cottages. And then we have Profiles International. If you're looking to do psychometric assessments, if you're looking to become an emotional intelligence coach, then Profiles International are the best. And then we have K2 HR Services. K2 HR Services are our partners located in Kigali, Rwanda. If you're looking for HR services or support trainings, among others, in Kigali, then K2 HR Services will be the best bet. And then we have Steadfast Quality Solutions. Steadfast Quality Solutions are our partners from Kampala. This is a PR and HR consultancy firm. If you're looking to have board trainings, if you're looking to have board evaluations or board recruitments, then Steadfast Quality Solutions will be the best people. And of course, this one is headed by my good friend Herbert Zake. Herbert Zake is a Gallup's strengths coach. If you're looking for a coach, then you need to get in touch with Herbert Zake, who has coached over 500 executives, and you need to have a meeting with him so that you can get to unlock your potential. And then we have AR Insurance for all your WIBA, your medical, your vehicle, all your insurance needs. And then we have Hotel Sapphire. Hotel Sapphire is a hotel located in Mombasa. Are you looking for a conference facility? Are you looking for a place where you can just go to have fun? Or are you looking for a place to just go and chill? Then you need to go to Hotel Sapphire located in Mombasa town. And then we have Tufaha Resort. Tufaha Resort is a luxury resort located in Nanyuki. Are you looking for a place to have a swim right now in this weather? Their pool is actually hot and they have very beautiful accommodation facilities. And of course, we have Panessa Training Institute. Are you looking to become a woodworking expert, or are you looking to do DIY projects and understand how to work with wood? Then Panessa Training Institute will be your people. And then we have Port Saco. If you're looking for a Saco, then you need to visit Port Saco. And then we have Sotet Kinyumbani. Sotet Kinyumbani is a restaurant located in Nanyuki. Are you in Nanyuki, going through Nanyuki, living in Nanyuki and staying around Nanyuki, and you want to have a meal, breakfast? They actually also offer delivery. So if you're in Nanyuki in an Airbnb and you're looking for food, then just get in touch with Sotet Kinyumbani. and they will be able to deliver. If you're going through Nanyuki, just going probably on your way to Isiolo, Meru, or any other place along that route, or you're just visiting your friends, you need to visit Sotet Kinyumbani for your African meals. Their fries are out of this world. And I know today we have an interesting conversation, which is very, very exciting for all of us. But before we get into it, allow me to invite my co-host, Mr. Richard, to introduce himself. Richard.
Grace Nzula, Catherine Sidandi, how are you doing? I hope you've had a wonderful day. Here we are on Tuesday to do our favorite game of demystifying concepts. And today we are going to demystify the concept of artificial intelligence for the benefit of human resource practitioners. My name is Richard J. Magoma. My favorite function in HR is learning and development. Can artificial intelligence assist organizations or individuals to become better at learning and development? I train public speaking and interview preparation. Ladies and gentlemen, take your pens. And for those people who love their virtual note-taking, take pens and use artificial intelligence, machine learning, automation to make your work easier so that you can become strategic, so that you avoid being clerical, because that is what people say HR people do. We want to be very strategic going forward. Let it spark your interest tonight. Over to you, Grace.
Thank you, Richard. And of course, we have our sign language interpreter, Madam Catherine Sidandi. Catherine Sidandi helps us be inclusive. Are you looking to learn sign language? Are you looking to just get a brief on sign language? Or are you looking to become inclusive in your functions, in your webinars, in your physical conversations? Then bring on board Catherine Sidandi, sorry. Who will make you be very, very inclusive. Those are my co-hosts. And of course, now tonight, we have a man who goes by the name Coach Ande because, yeah, we like calling him that. It is not his first time here. He has been with us another different time. And today, he is here with us. And he is one guy who really, really uses technology to make his work easier. And Coach, please take it away and tell us what have you been up to since the last time you were here, and what can we do with this AI thingy?
Hi everybody, Andy here. It's good to be back with Grace Atara and Solutions, Catherine and Ricky. Nice to meet you again.
Yes.
Hi everyone, it's Andy here. Andy is an organizational psychologist. I've been, since we last met, I don't remember. I don't know whether we met when I was still in Uganda. I moved to Liberia, worked there for a couple of years, and then I was in Guyana for the past year. And right now I'm based in Lilongwe, Malawi, doing consulting as usual, HR consulting, leadership development, and skewing into AI, as we shall discover. It's good to be here again. Over to you, Grace.
Thank you so much, Andy. Now it is time for you to tell us what AI can do. We are literally ready for you. Yes.
Great. Let me know if you can see my screen. I'm going to be sharing very quickly what we'll be talking about. Give me a thumbs up if you see my screen. Great. This is going to be a very short presentation. I want to spend the most of the time doing demos, and there'll be some attachments shared and some links shared, and we're just talking about HR, AI for HR, from theory to practice. I just told you I'm an organizational psychologist. What is organizational psychology? It's advanced HR. When you use recruitment tools, we are the designers. When you use performance management tools, we are the designers. When you use job evaluation tools, we are the designers. We do the back end. So consider us like the coders. When you're using Microsoft Word, we are the ones who design Microsoft Word. But this context is for HR tools. That's when you hear about an organization psychologist, that's what should come through your mind. I'm a ProSci certified change management practitioner, certified transformative leadership coach. I'm also a trainer of trainers for World Bank Business Age, and I've worked in Africa, Asia, Europe, and in South America. I keep adding continents to the list. I think what is remaining is Russia and China, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I also run a management consulting firm and set up an AI automation company called Phoenix Fortunes. And of course, like everybody else who continues learning, I'm also in school, so that's a plateful. That notwithstanding, we shall just be seeing also what I have done with AI. In Guyana, we created an AI automated chatbot. Guyana is the only English speaking country in South America. And it has a population of 850,000 people, unlike, say, our African countries. And they have a malaria problem. I was supporting them there. And 85% of that country is Amazon forest. So if you've watched the Anaconda movie, you should get a taste of that. Many of you were not yet born when Anaconda was showing. We've done an AI-powered website chatbot for the Public Health Institute of Malawi. This is hands-on. So we are really talking hands-on this time. It's not try this tool, try this tool, try this other tool. I've also done AI-powered contract on business intelligence automation for Habari Logistics, which has a presence in 17 countries in Africa. And we are automating staff engagement and job satisfaction for housing finance using AI automations. These are contracts that Utah Solutions has running for a couple of years. This is part of the growing portfolio of implementing AI in HR and AI in organizations, and it is in Africa and a little bit of South America. So if you're thinking AI is still out there for the Western world, I'm sorry for you. It is right here. Get ready for it. So what are we going to do today? We're just going to refresh our minds very quickly about AI's evolution, because all of us here have heard of AI. In the last webinar, which I was part of, we had from one of our colleagues who is a journalist, HR person. We had some sort of demos. I was part of that. So I presume many of you are part of that. I don't want to water down their teaching. I think there's a lot to learn from there. So I'll not repeat what they've said. Oh, if you missed the webinar, you know who to reach out to. Reach out to Grace. She'll point you in the right direction. You know how to reach who to reach out to. Ricky is also right here. We shall demonstrate the opportunities and potential for AI, demonstrate its impact on our HR jobs, and then position you, the HR practitioner, as an AI specialist. That's the goal of this whole exercise today. So I'm just going to upload, because I don't want to waste your time on this. Where has AI been since we started this whole thing of AI? AI started in the 1940s. What I'm going to do for you is just share with you what do we call this? Share with you a summary write-up of AI and evolution. I did this with Perplexity Deep Research so that it would save you a lot of trouble. You know where it started in 1940 and where it has come. So some homework for you to read. And we've used AI to do research on AI. So let's not delve so much into that, but I could probably summarize it for you very quickly. Again, you can let me know if you see my screen. It's in dark mode. I work in dark mode in the night. Can you still see this on the screen? So if you see my head turning,
Yeah.
don't worry. My head is turning to the left because I use multiple screens. And so we have, it started in 1940s to 1956. That was the setting stage. There are applications in the foundation era for HR. The AI as a field was born between 1956 and 1974. So if you're thinking you're the in thing with AI, it was there before some of you, if not most of you, were born. the first AI winter happened between 1974 and 1980. And then we started having expert systems between 1980 and 1987. And then we had a second winter between 1987 and 1993, which they call a market correction. If you are in trading, you probably know what market corrections are. And then we had machine learning renaissance between 1990 and 2000. And then we had a deep learning revolution in the 2010s. And we have moved into the generative AI breakthrough in the 2020s. And we are looking at the future of artificial intelligence. As we speak, it's called artificial general intelligence. This has been uploaded for everyone in the chat. You can read the entire document. I'll not go through it for us because we are here to demonstrate. So the homework for you is to see the history of AI and see where we are as we speak. Now, the current applications of AI are in hiring, onboarding, learning, change management, HR analytics, engagement, HR strategy, among others. Hopefully, we shall see a few of these demos live. And then we have efficiency. The opportunities we have from AI and in application to HR is it makes our life and our work more efficient. It automates our work. I'll give you a few demos for that. And then we have, it allows us to innovate with products and services and provides us access to information very quickly. Of course, there are challenges. Many of us are going to become technologically unemployed, for lack of a better word. I pray we don't. So hopefully we tap into this. We have issues with data security and privacy. Those are big questions. There's algorithm bias, and then there's technology dependency. For example, if you use DeepSeek and you talk about, tell me about the Tiananmen Square challenge, DeepSeek will not give you that information because the Chinese have configured it to be politically sensitive, not to talk about the murders in the Tiananmen Square. So you have to be careful when you're talking to AI, thinking all the answers come from AI. Okay, and of course, dependency. And this is the number one big disease we are all suffering from right now. Rather than partnering with AI, we are delegating everything to AI and we are depending on AI. And that's a huge risk because AI can screw you over 1,000 times. If you've worked with AI so many times, I just read a document and I can tell you this is AI generated because AI always says, in conclusion, therefore, in summary, therefore, you always hear that when you're reading AI. Those are very quick cues. And then AI's English is very messy. When you pick an AI generated document and you put it in Microsoft Word, there'll be a lot of auto corrections that you have to do if you didn't prompt it adequately. So there are issues we need to pay attention to. Ethics, we heard about that. Nobody is not talking about ethics. Everybody is talking about it. Everybody is talking about transparency. And again, because we are in practice, we are going to talk about real hacks into these issues of ethics, of transparency and protecting human rights and protecting our data. We will now become digital natives. As you can see, I've just told you I was in Liberia, I was in Guyana, I'm in Malawi right now. I'm doing all my work and I'm consulting for banks and all these other things remotely. For example, there are contracts we've got that then throughout COVID up to about last year is when I just stepped into a client's office. So that is the reality of moving into a technology, tapping into artificial intelligence and working with automation. You no longer have to be tied to your location. We'll be hearing from Grace in New Zealand. Barbados is a $600 flight from Guyana. So I'll be saying I'm in Barbados chilling and we're having this kind of conversation, except there's a 7-hour time difference. So there are issues in terms of impact of AI for HR practice. We will come and work in Kenya remotely. We will come and work in Tanzania remotely, and we'll come and work in all these other countries remotely. So while you think you're going to compete with HR professionals in your community, forget. We are now global citizens and we are digital natives. We are future innovators and we are taking our responsibility ethically, and it shall be driven by demand. And we're expecting fresh perspectives from everyone here. Okay. We're going to be looking at these automation tools, and I'll share this presentation as well. There are tools that we use that are software as a service. I know many of you are familiar with, but when you start using software as a service, people will ask you, but what about my data? What about my data privacy and my data security? So VectorShift is one of those AI automation platforms, but they host the data for you, vectorshift.ai. I run a school community I'll share with you on AI for HR, a link, which right now is free, but it shall be paid for monthly, maybe $10, $15, $20 per month of subscription. But if you join, I invite you to join. I'm sure some of you are in that community. If you join that community, we have video step-by-step lessons on how to use AI in HR. We developed an HR policy chatbot. We've developed a recruitment pipeline where you fill the job application and it shortlists for you. We are developing a whistleblowing chatbot. There are so many things that we are doing in that community. Now, NA10 is another website. If you want, you can get this link and copy it. All these start with a free registration if you're using the services online. Now, the beauty with NA10 is you can also self-host. So for my AI automation agency, I self-host AI solutions with VPS, virtual private servers, and then can install and implement and run a whole set of AI solutions. So for clients of ours, data privacy is a big thing. If you want, we can also install for you the AI automation solutions in your organizations or on your servers that you can keep using to set up and run your AI automations. Then, of course, the ChatGPT playground that you'll need if you're going to make API calls. API is application programming interface. Don't worry, you'll not do any programming. There's a lot of copy and paste nowadays, and you can ask, you can speak to ChatGPT or Anthropic, and it writes for you 2,000, 20,000. The last time we did a WordPress plugin, it wrote for us 20,000 lines of code. And I'm not a programmer. Remember, I told you I'm a psychologist, I'm an HR practitioner, and I'm dealing with 20 lines of what? Of free code from the AI. Then, of course, most people are familiar with Google Suite. You can use Google Suite for your access to the AI, saving your documents, creating presentations. You can automate even creating presentations. We are working on a training AI automation where you enter the topic, you enter the audience, and you tell us how long you want the training to go, and it develops for you a training manual, it develops for you session plans, it develops for you training content. And the next phase that we want to close towards is it creates PowerPoint slides for you at the end of the day. So you enter your topic, audience, when, and a duration, and then you wait for your PowerPoint slides to come by email. That automation is already applicable as we speak. So we'll be looking at how we are using some of these tools to deliver AI solution and to carry out AI automation. So we're going to deep dive as we speak. We've already done an HR policy chatbot. There's a YouTube video on my YouTube channel. I don't want to repeat that. If you really are serious, you can just go to my YouTube channel and you will learn. We used VectorShift. We also did a whole YouTube channel video step by step in the school community, how you can automate recruitment. So if you want to automate recruitment and use software as a service, you can do it as we speak right now, just by watching that video and following each step, step after step. We've done the others. I think I'll demonstrate one or two. I've done a CV revision using AI, again in the school community, step by step. There's a video showing you where you start, how to bring an LLM. What LLM is, large language model, like ChatGPT, Anthropic Claude, Grok, what instructions you should give it, and what output you should expect, how you should link that with Google Sheets, and how it comes out with the CV. I'll actually give you a demo in terms of if anybody has a CV and you want us to test this out, now is the time. You just drop your CV in the chat and you will see it live so that you get this experience. So I'm going to pause this presentation now and take us into live demo. So this is a platform that we call VectorShift. Let me just get this. VectorShift.ai is one of the platforms we talked about. I hope it loads. I'm going to zoom in so that we get a bigger picture. So you can go to VectorShift.ai. If you want to create an account, you simply click Get Started. It is free for the first for users. If you look at pricing, if I go to pricing, yeah, man. Okay, if I look at pricing, it will tell us there are monthly fees. The same amount of money you pay for ChatGPT plus is the same amount of money you would pay for using this AI automation platform. For a starter, it is free. For standard, it is $25. You can access what you can do one workflow with the free version. And most of the trainings we've done is to allow you use one workflow to work with this. And then, of course, you can use the standard one, which is 25, and it allows you to do 5 workflows. As you can see, I have more than 100. Though these are different workflows in my back end. So I'm here debating. I should show you one of these things that we talked about recently. We call it Habari Logistics. What are we doing in this application? We have a client who does many assignments in over 17 countries in Africa, and they look for procurement deals in the UN government procurement website called UNGM. They look for procurement deals in the US government website called sam.gov. And there are so many adverts that come in, over 15,000, 20,000 that you see running on the different websites. Now, these gentle people of the organization had hired a person, always look through those 15,000, 20,000 adverts and see which ones are relevant to each of these countries that they had. I hope my system loads. Sometimes it drags. So because of that, oh yes, I have another version in NA10. So we have different platforms. So I'll use another version. Sorry. I'll use another version for N8N if we are not getting that one. So this client says, how can I get to make sure that, I don't miss any of these opportunities, any of these procurements that are happening? How can I make sure that I don't miss any of them? So the person will tell you, can I work through something that can pick all this information and shows me every day by email that these are the procurement opportunities available from both the UN website and the US government website. So at that point, we said, let's go and see how this works. Guess how long it took us to develop this automation? It took us about 2-3 hours to get somebody out of a job just by doing an AI automation. I probably may have to switch my networks to a stronger service. So it took us about 2-3 hours to get somebody out of a what? Out of a job. And it's not because the person they didn't like the person. It was because there were just more novel ways to do this work. So allow me switch my connection to see if I can get you a better view. Hopefully it won't destabilize the meeting. Great. Sometimes countries. Let me know if you still hear me.
Yeah,
Yes,
we can
we
hear
can.
you very well.
Great. As you can see on the screen, it has come now, isn't it?
Yes, it
If
has.
you don't see, so I just switched the connections to another device. Okay, so I'll not zoom in, but I could just give you a quick highlight. So this is VectorShift, the application. What you see on the screen is what we call a cron job. If you know what a cron job is, it is a routine, a trigger that says every day at 3:43 p.m. do this thing. Okay. So we made a trigger and said at this point in time do a search. What search do you want to do? Go to a website called ungm.org and make a search. Go to another website called sam.gov and make a search and look for specific things in that organization, in those websites. We call this web scraping or web search. Now, sam.gov has an API, which API application programming interface, so you can speak to their database using JSON, a programming language. After you have done the search, we say pick only specific country codes, and the country codes are 17. Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, Cote d'Ivoire, Burundi, South Sudan. Only look for contracts in that country and in those countries, and also look for these services that are also offered by this company. So we ran that automation, and this automation goes into an AI. This is OpenAI, and we say your job is to extract procurement advertisements, and in relation to the context and countries, and produce an email, okay, and send that email to so and so, okay. So this is the demonstration of that email. Let me just see if I have mail.google.com. A test. I use a test email on my side, and then for the client. So where is this? At the end of the day, you receive an email that tells you whether there are procurement opportunities or not. So when this is run, it goes to an output, and then we insert an email sender, and we trigger an email, and we say send an email to so and so, and every day at 3:43 p.m. Okay, so that's what happens. And as you can see, there is that email that comes to me and whoever else. Today it said, please find latest procurement for Habari Logistics. No relevant procurement opportunities found. So that is real in practice. So yesterday there were a couple of opportunities. The other day there were a couple of opportunities. This runs through over 1,500, 15,000, 20,000 procurement notices. That's the reality of AI. So I've given you one example. I shouldn't walk you step by step, but you can join the school community and learn the step by step. Another very simple one is what we would say, this is a employee engagement survey. This is an employee engagement survey, and it is for one of something similar to what we are doing for one of our clients. You can ask, creating this platform. I'm using a different platform. The first platform I showed you was VectorShift. This platform is self-hosted. It is called N8N that we use. So you pay for the use of their application on your server, and you deploy it on your server. There's a free version, a community version, where you don't have to pay. If you want to go for business tools, it's a little bit expensive, but if you're vested in AI like I am, $800 a month shouldn't be a pain for you at that point. So the client says, if you submit a form, they should go into the survey and continue to do job satisfaction. This form triggers all these questions until you finish the survey, and then it sends it to Google Sheets. Now, when it ends up in Google Sheets, we create an automation in Google Sheets to run the data analysis, okay? And every day when they do the survey, we ask the solution to notify us. And this is the automation that we are running as a test. It is notifying us everyday progress report. This is how many people have participated in the survey. If you get that as an example, this survey is not yet implemented for this year, but we say this year we want to automate the survey. I'll give you another example. As part of automating, this is an AI agent. This AI agent is going to be helping us to conduct the survey. What does the AI agent do? The AI agent allows you to chat with it, and then we have given it instructions in the OpenAI chat model. It will save the memory in a database, a Postgres database, and then it will call upon different tools. In this case, the tool will be, let us call upon the survey, the actual survey. And then there is information. If you're not sure what you're doing the survey for, it will give you that kind of information. I wanted to run a demo. It says when you receive a message, you respond to the message. So the instruction to the agent is respond to this message according to the user's query. So if I said hi, it would say hi. If I said what is staff engagement, it will go to the history of documents and define for you staff engagement using the documents that you have fed it. And then it will keep that conversation in mind, what we call chat memory. And then you say, I would like to take the survey. Then it gives you the link to take the survey. And the survey link would then take you to the actual page where you fill the forms. And remember the workflow I showed you, that form goes here and it goes to Google Sheets, and it is analysis starts in that respect. So people who are saying now, let's just fill a form, now extract the data, put in Excel, let's run analysis, that is now history. You can't do that anymore. Okay, so keep that at the back of our minds. AI is here to stay. What other demo can I highlight? We did a recruitment one. So let me give you CV revision, I guess, because I want to throw that in as a demo for us as well. We go back to pipelines and we say, what can I do to revise my CV? I'm going to bring what we call I call it a customer onboarding flow chart. Here they call it a pipeline. In N8N, they call it a scenario, a workflow. In make.com, which is another platform, they call it a scenario. So what we are supposed to do here is just fill a form with your name, email, upload your CV and the job that you want to tailor your CV to. Then it will run an LLM to develop your CV header. It will run an LLM to develop your career summary. Because this is just for onboarding, I produce only the header and the career summary and send it to you by email so that you see what it looks like. We also save a copy on Google Sheets, and we also save the original CV on Google Drive. Okay, so that we have a record and we have an audit trail. Now, remember we talked about ethics in HR and AI. So if the person says I uploaded my CV and I didn't get it, you have an audit trail that the CV was uploaded and saved on Google Sheets. Let me see if I can pick that up. Okay, so here is this is an example of CVs that have been summarized. I'll use mine as an example. Okay, not really mine, but dummy CVs. So the person uploaded the CV, it picks your name, it picks your email, it then gives you a sample CV output, and it gives you, we train the LLM to produce a specific output when it reads your CV. Read the CV, look for evidence of this, and repurpose that and represent it as we do in a standard CV format. So this is also practice in automation. Now you don't need to do so much work. You just give me your CV, upload it, and wait 15 minutes to receive the email in Microsoft Word and the PDF if you want. Of course, there will be places where text will be highlighted to allow you fill in missing information. And there will be places where text is not highlighted, but it is repurposed such that it makes your life a lot easier. So we're going to follow this up with, when you do a CV, we shall give you a free cover letter. The distinction between this and using ChatGPT per se is we have used our HR knowledge to train the model to think the way we think, to behave the way we behave, to write the way we write. Even in recruitment, when we say go and do shortlisting, we say look for evidence in the person's CV that points to the role that they have done in the job description. Okay? Look for actual evidence in the CV that this person says he has done HR reporting. If there is no evidence, it will say no evidence. We tell it do not deduce because they say they have an HR strategy that the person does strategic planning in HR. Do not deduce. Look for evidence in the CV that the person has developed an HR strategy. So this is the kind of thing. If you bring an HR brain and you add it to AI, you'll get a lot more value. Now, what we see in the market are tools that are developed by techies who have no HR background but are very familiar with automation. And as a result, you get a product that is, my Guyanese people say, "Nyeh," a product that is nyeh. You get that? You don't buy it. If you feel like I haven't got value, it is something, but I haven't gotten what value. So this is the challenge, and this is the benefit you're going to get with what with AI. I think because of time, one more demo. So when we get this, you receive an email that tells you, please see a sample of your CV. And then, of course, I convince you if you're willing to pay $10 or $11 to get a full CV version, you simply go to the payment link, pay $11. I think I'll make it $5 for you guys if you want a CV revision in 5 minutes. Grace, you better get a list of the 181 participants if they're interested. But yes, so that's a service that is automated. And guess what? This service is accessible to everybody in the world. And so literally you can use, for this site, we are using PesaPal, but we have a Stripe payments facility. Yes, so internationally, somebody can use Stripe if you want to get this done for you in your CV. So this is a typical pipeline, typical workflow for developing or revising CVs. We've done other ones that are free. I call it a CV diagnostic, CV auditor. It checks your CV against 11 dimensions. And this is how AI is actually working. Now, what is the difference between the AI that we teach and the AI that you hear about? The AI that we teach is hands-on. You get that? We tell you, come with your computer, let's start. Drag and drop this, type this, enter this, create a Google Sheets. These are the table headers. Copy this. If it is code, we say copy this code and paste it in your what? In your app script. And then we tell you copy these instructions and give the same instructions to the LLM and things like that. So we are moving from telling people, go and do Canva. Actually, this presentation is in Canva, by the way. And when you run it and you want certain things, you still have a problem. Now we are telling HR practitioners, somebody should tell you, I'm having a problem telling people about the HR policy. What should I do? You say, let me do a chatbot for you very quickly so that you get your HR policy communicated to people. We use that for onboarding. We no longer say, come for induction. No. What do you want to find out? How do I take leave? I type, how do I take leave? It will just go to the leave section, read it, and then tell you, click here to fill your leave form. And then the automation begins. So that's the kind of thing we are talking about. If you're going to be an AI in HR expert, you have to learn. You literally have to go into you being able to create an automation for HR using AI. It's no longer saying, oh, I'll because if you start saying, I'll buy this, I'll buy that, you'll spend money. So now let's compare you and myself and you and any other HR practitioner using the AI or not using AI. If I come to compete with you for a job, they say, tell us, what can you do for us that nobody else can do? I'll tell you, I can reduce the turnaround time for recruitment by deploying an AI recruitment workflow that automates application receipt through screening, through shortlisting, up to shortlist reporting. Be like, hey, we are in trouble. How will we manage whistleblowing? We used to have boxes and letters there. Don't worry. For me, what I'll do is I'll create a chatbot where people can go and anonymously submit their whistleblowing reports. And then the AI will do a risk assessment of the whistleblower and tell us whether we should act now or we can postpone it to in the future. to the future and what we need to do immediately, and produce a report to your desk by email as soon as the whistleblower is submitted. That is me bringing value to the organization. Now we'll be saying, how can we compete? Thank God for you, I'm not chasing HR director jobs. I'm like Grace, we just sit as consultants, and Ricky and Catherine. Otherwise, we would be outsmarting 99% of all of us here when it comes to delivering more value. So I come as an HR practitioner who cuts the HR cost of doing business. Okay, so we are doing many things. My son is now 20 years old. He has created his own personal assistant. He calls it Jarvis. He says, Jarvis, I'd like to have an appointment with my dad. Please look for his calendar and see whether he's free and send him a message. And then it will come back to you by voice or by text and tell you, I've made the appointment. What more do you want? Will you set an agenda? Yes, set an agenda. We want to talk about 1 to 3 things with audio. Now, if 20-year-olds are doing it, I'm sure most of us here are above 20. Say your prayers, because they are coming with a what? With a bang. And you need to be on top of this game. So I have a CV auditor for you that is free. I have ATS compliance checker for people that is free. You just upload your CV, it will tell you it is 80% ATS compliant and things like that. The one that I'm charging a fee for is the revision of a CV, but we are updating the solution to have what we call a job concierge. Right now with AI, you can tell the AI, go to LinkedIn, look for these jobs, apply for me. Forget about me applying anymore, apply for me. Now remember, you can upload your CV. It can revise your CV according to a job description. It can write a cover letter. It can submit the application for you. It will just tell you, oh, this morning I submitted 3 applications, 1 to this place, 1 to this place, 1 to the other place. So what do you want us to do? Oh, you've received an email, you have an interview for this. I remember we submitted the application. Do you want us to prepare for this interview? That is where we are going in the future with AI as a personal assistant. In the future, as HR assistant, which we are also working on in the back end, I hope we get it right. Like Grace Atara Solutions says, get it right with Grace. I hope we get it right with an HR assistant. I want to develop a job description. This is the organization context. This is the website. This is the project. This is the role that we want. Then, because we are HR people, we know how to develop job descriptions. We say, if this project does this role does this, these are the kinds of things. We pick, there's a database called ONET that has the world's biggest database for job descriptions. You make an API call and look for job descriptions of that nature, and then you screen against this context and define key result areas and define roles and responsibilities and fill it in a standard job description template. And then you say, I'll send it to your mail. Then you say, oh yes, I'm stuck. This employee doesn't sync with the values of the organization. What should I do? Then it goes back and reads all the laws that you have saved in a database, and then it comes back and looks at your policy and it says, you know, we just can't fire this employee, but you have option A, B, C, D. We could use this option, but it will cost you money. If you don't use this option, it will cost you. Now, a small business will hire our HR assistant AI at a $15 per month rate and drop you, who is charging $500 to $1,000 a month as a monthly what? As a monthly salary. That is the reality of AI as we speak. So I guess my time is running up. We've done many of these. What I'm just going to do now is, tell you what we can do if you want to learn the actual step-by-step process of using AI in HR. There's a school community called AI for HR. You go to skool.com, school.com, and you type AI for HR. Let me see if I can put that here. Yes, so it is HTTPS and then AI for HR. In case you're interested in that, you'll send a join request. The lessons that are in school.com are also on YouTube at my YouTube channel. You can go to youtube.com at Coach Ande. If you want to book a discovery call, you can make that. And then you can get a low-cost CV revision at only $11 if you go to my website, coachande.com. We are still working on a broader website called My Job Concierge, which will become a job assistant, etc. Grace, hopefully, and Ricky et al. Will organize in the near future a live hands-on workshop. If you guys are really interested on deep diving and making sure you walk out with one of your AI for HR tools, we can use the free versions if you're not willing to pay $25 or $20 a month. But keep it here at Grace and you'll get the latest dose at Atara Solutions. You'll always get the latest dose of what is cooking in HR. I would like to stop there and ask if there are any questions. I hope there are not so many. Over to you right now. Let me see. Yes. Thank
But
you.
you hope the
Thank you.
questions
Thank
are
you.
not too many. Really?
I hope there are not too many.
Right. And hey, that was impressive. I'm just busy thinking, oh my God, I thought we are just done with ChatGPT. So we are just getting started with that one. And Catherine Kiende says, I feel like a toddler. Definitely, I need to learn this. I know. And Dama says, how does the future of CHRO and directors look like?
Yeah. We are moving from operational to strategic. We've always had that. CHROs who cannot create AI automations, who cannot leverage AI. If you're not good at creating, I worked with a very enterprising lady once in the World Customs Organization, and she was the head. Technically, she wasn't the best, but she was the best entrepreneur. And what an entrepreneur is, you bring together skills that can deliver results. So if you are the CHRO who has thinking you have no energy to learn AI, surround yourself with a team of people who are good at AI in HR. But AI won't work well without your CHRO expertise. So otherwise you'll just get an IT person to do what in Swahili we call manyanga, rubbish work. So for CHROs, the pay is likely to get lower for people in HR. I can foresee that if you're earning $10,000 now, we are soon going to be chipping it to about $6,000 or $5,000 a month. That is likely to happen. So if you are in lower level HR roles, then you know it is probably triple cut. But learn how to use AI, because this AI works best when you integrate your expertise into it and train it to deliver the results that you want. I hope that answers your questions. Over. Somebody asked, what would be the full program for a practitioner and how much would it cost, a training program? Do you want the
I've been
easy way
talking to
or the hard?
myself. Sorry.
Oh,
I was
really?
talking to
Sorry.
myself. I didn't realize I was on mute.
Sorry, Grace. Okay,
Yeah, go ahead and answer that.
Okay, so somebody was asking, what would a full program for a practitioner be like and how much would it cost? I could tell you the easy or the hard way. The easy way is a $10 Udemy course when they're on promotion. But most of us, let me not say most of you, most of us are super lazy. We will not make time to study the Udemy course. If you look at my Udemy course, I have maybe 30, 40 different courses, but I have studied 1, 2, 3 bits, not the entire course and completed. So if you're lazy like me, Udemy won't work for you. You need to go into a boot camp or a hackathon. We call them hackathons nowadays, or a boot camp where you dedicate 3-4 days to going through this. Now, Grace is the expert. If you reach out to Grace, she will get it right with you. So don't worry. There is a very Atara Solutions is very intentional when they say get it right. So reach out to Grace. She will help you get it right when it comes to pricing for a training program. I'm sure they can package something for you. Any other question? I thought I
Quite a
knew
number.
you.
There's a yes.
Okay.
There's Grace who's saying, do you think AI will work in the agricultural sector? where most employees are, if not all, semi-illiterate?
We're already experiencing AI-powered planting. Actually, that is not even AI-powered, it's automation, but we have AI-powered, what is the word? Spraying and treatment of plants, AI-powered harvesting, how to tell when the fruit is ripe and when to pick. We have robots beginning to work in places like China. So there are things AI will continue to step into. There are territories it will continue to step into. And if you read the document I just shared, AGI is artificial general intelligence, which means AI agents will become autonomous. It thinks on its own, it acts on its own, and does something on its own. We already have robot waitresses or robot chefs as we speak. No, robot chefs, yes. Most of you are familiar with the robot vacuum cleaner. That one that doesn't even seem to think, but it hits a corner and turns and vacuum cleans and does the rest. So even in the farming, AI will come and step into there. Don't build a fence. I think I keep telling people work with the worst with the end in mind. When I'm dealing with my children, I tell them I'm a dad, but don't look at me as the angelic dad. Your first perception of me should be me on the right here and the devil next to me, like I'm the devil's brother. And then you start pushing me further by gauging me against what the devil is doing that I'm not doing. And then you say, no, he doesn't kill. So let me first move him slightly away. He's still close to the devil, but he doesn't kill. He's not a rapist. Let me move him further away. Then the expectations are better managed than saying my angel dad who works on the negative. So you as an HR practitioner, come with the worst case scenario in mind and prepare yourself with the worst case scenario, and then you'll keep subtracting. AI can't do this. AI can't plaster the walls. But we know in China there are robots that do plastering. You will say AI cannot fix screws, but we already know we have robotic screws if you look at racing and things like that. So you just start with the worst in mind. It's always safe to start with the worst in mind. I recently discovered that even rock bottom has a basement. So you might be thinking you're on rock bottom, and yet there's still a basement way below what? Below rock bottom. Just start with the worst in mind and work by reducing. Okay, this is non-touchable by AI. This is non-touchable. But for AI, it's what do they call it? No holds barred. All gloves are off. Be ready to fight or to get on board, or that's the word they use, shape in or ship out. That's the word.
You're breaking, Andrew. Or is it
Sorry.
me?
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
Andrew, Malawi does not like you.
No, Malawi doesn't. Can you hear me still?
Now I can hear you. You are really buffering.
Okay. Sorry. Is it a
Yeah.
guarantee that AI will put us out of jobs? What can we do? Be the master of AI, and then you will go with the flow.
There's Miriam who is saying, is English the only language in AI?
AI understands Swahili, AI understands Chichewa, AI understands Luganda, as long as the LLM is trained on a language. There are software called 11 Labs where you can get a voice in Swahili. There is a software called Retail AI that we use for conversational AI. We want to use it to give feedback to candidates. It will call you and say, Habari, Jama, this job did not work out. Sorry, your application went bad. And you can use AI even with slang. So as languages get on board, as long as the language is available on Google, that language is available to AI. So even if it is your local language and it's available to Google, then it will be available to AI. It's just that we are yet to get very many Africans who are pronouncing words the right way. You get that? Yes, but once we get Africans to teach AI to speak the actual language, you're going to be speaking to an AI thinking you're speaking to an individual. Okay.
And somebody
Next question.
saying, will it also work on self-development or mental health?
There have been studies that have been conducted. The first time you interact with AI, people scored it very highly on mental health. It helps, I'm happy, it does coaching, it has given me this help. But then after about 3 weeks to 4 months, people lose touch because it becomes robotic. The answers become mechanical. So there is the wow factor at the beginning, but over time, the humanity seems to get lost along the way. There are many studies that have been carried out. But that, remember, most people go for a quick fix to coaches. So a person doesn't need to come to AI for 3 months non-stop. So AI will still beat you because after every 3 weeks, this guy is coming. He's not coming to talk to AI every day for 3 weeks. So yes, you just have to be smart about this. The study shows people get bored, they get tired, they feel disconnected after 3 weeks, 4 months. But most of us go to AI for a quick fix, like a cigarette high or a weed high, for lack of a better word. And then once we are done, we go away. We don't need the AI. So that's the kind of thing. It will still work for many people as it is right now. Any other
Wow,
question?
wow, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting. Interesting. Yes, Richard.
Coach, I've missed two heartbeats because occasionally I make CVs and I'm seeing that my revenue might start going down if the attendees of this session get to understand what is supposed to be done, which is a good thing. But there is another question I want to ask. What hacks can you give the professionals who have attended this particular call a bit of prompt engineering, because there is that bit that people don't understand, that if you give shallow instructions to a particular application, it will equally bring you very shallow responses. Then the other thing I want you to comment, the hallucinations. I don't know if it also means that, for example, when you are, there's that problem I normally see. For example, if you told ChatGPT to give me the 9 daughters of Mumbi, it will produce those 9 daughters. But then again, you said, no, some people are saying these ones. Then you say, oh, sorry, I'm saying, how do you get over that?
Thank you. Prompting in the school community, where there's a whole free book on, we call it, I don't remember the name of the school. There's what we call a classroom. And in the classroom, we have, what do we call it? There's a whole guide free of charge for anyone who is in this school community on prompting for HR managers. Okay, so Ultimate Prompt Engineering Guide. You can just click here and download. If you join it, it will tell you how to structure your prompt. It gives you example HR prompts that you could use. It's free of charge, no fee, because I can teach you how to get this whole thing off ChatGPT as well. So to cut the long story short, that's one approach you could use. Just download it and start going through it and say, for recruitment, I can use this prompt. For learning and development, I can use this prompts, and it takes you through how you need to learn how to do prompting. That's one. How to prevent hallucinations. These examples that I was showing you, you want to give LLMs different tiny tasks. That's one. To prevent hallucinations, it's like having 10 employees. Employee number one, your job is to open and close the door, open and close the door. That's it. Open, close, open, close. Employee number two, say you're welcome, say you're welcome. I'm just giving that as an example. If you're using a visiting, a hosting kind of AI, open the door. Your job is to open the door and close it, nothing else. So also under prompting, you can tell it there's a new hack I just saw this evening, where you can a whole guideline of prompts to prevent hallucinations. But the easiest way to prevent hallucinations is to break the tasks into different components. And we always say, in this case, you will see we have more than one LLM. We have many LLMs doing different things. So in the case of doing a CV diagnostic, I'll tell it, you focus on the CV header, nothing else. You focus on the career summary, nothing else. You focus on the tools and technologies that this person uses, nothing else. You focus on the work experience, nothing else. You focus on the consultancies and publications, nothing else. And for your case, we can partner and we do revenue share for CV writing. By the way, now that it is automated, can save you. I used to do CV for $100. I still do human reviews. CEOs, when they come, they say, I have $300. I need my CV reviewed, etc. Now you run it through the AI, it does 80% of the work for you, and you send it to the person for a draft and tell him fill the gaps. You get that? So that saves you as a CV writer 80% of your 8 hours in terms of writing CVs. So these are the things we do to prevent hallucination. Give 10 instructions to 10 LLMs. Don't give 10 instructions to one LLM. I hope that answers your questions. Over to you.
Yes, I did not know you were this passionate about AI. Okay, I just lied. I knew you were. That's why you're here. But but I see you can talk forever. And yeah, let's see what we can do and how we can actually partner and do something around this. I think we can actually do a deep dive at some point. But thank you so much for tonight. Before we come back to you for a parting shot, we really want to say thank you very much. There's somebody who's asking, will we be able to get a recording? Yes, we will share the recording, and you can also just go to our YouTube channel, Get It Right with Atara Solutions, and you will find it there. And yes, please join the school for Andy. He wrote the link there, and you can share with me. I can put it as we share the recording, Andy, and maybe we can also post it maybe somewhere in the WhatsApp groups. Yeah, so thank you very much, and kindly join our what there goes our YouTube channel. The recording will be put there. If you have missed anything or you want to listen slowly, you can just subscribe, and the recording will be shared there by end of day tomorrow. And yes, coach has written he's given his link as well, so please do that, and then join our WhatsApp group, Get It Right with Atara Solutions, and get to know what is coming up here. We are the official trend setters, so please join us so that you can know what is trend setting in our spaces at this point. And I want to ask Richard, you're done? Yes, you are, because of time. Coach Andy, parting shot.
I don't really know. I think I said everything. Just the word is shaping or ship out. Get to know AI or switch careers. That's the parting shot. Really, there's no middle ground right now as we speak. Just get to know HR or shift careers. Over to you, Grace. Thank you.
Wow, amazing, amazing. And of course, it's always a pleasure having you. To kindly organize physical training on AI where we can do demos and engage more. All right. Are we going to afford the flight for Andy here in Nairobi? He's in Malawi as we speak. But let's see what we can do. If we can do it courtesy of technology, we can always do that quickly. But if he's in Nairobi, of course, we can always structure it around it. We'll see how to work it around. Thank you so much, Coach, for being here, and thank you so much for removing cobwebs. That's what we say here in Kenya. Tumechanuliwa. You have removed cobwebs from us, or what? You have combed our hair, so we understand better now. And I look forward to the next session. So thank you so much for your time. Our audience, we really, really appreciate you. And thank you so much for being here. And let's keep learning. Let's keep doing better. Somebody was telling us, make AI your toy. Whenever you're just feeling like you're bored, go and do something on AI so that you can keep practicing and getting better at it. So thank you so much, Catherine Sidandi, Richard, Coach Andy, and of course, Herbert for reaching out, and the team at Atara Solutions. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you. We cannot do this without you. See you next Tuesday, same time, same place, as we discuss yet another different topic. Coach, it's always a pleasure. Asante sana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.